welcome back to Just Shy. I am Shy, the person, not the adjective. And today on Deco with Shy, I thought I would show you guys how I make my binder filler cards. I get a lot of questions about them whenever I make new ones or get new ones in my binder, and people see them in my binder storing videos. So I thought I would just go ahead and make a dedicated video about it. If you guys do like this sort of thing, I can also do more of them. Currently, I cannot film my storing PC video that was supposed to be for January because I have sprained my ankle. So I thought this would be a good bit of content for you guys while my ankle heals up and stops being the size of Texas. But as you can see, I do design all of my binder fillers in Canva. I just find it's the easiest for people who aren't very familiar with Photoshop. I know a lot of people do it in Photoshop. I literally cannot figure out how to use Photoshop, so I do mine in Canva. And so I already have my template set up. And I just copy paste it whenever I need to, and I do go over the measurements later in the video. But for the most part, this is what I do. I just find an image that I like from just like a quick Google search, and then I will just size it according to like my template size. And sometimes it's, really simple, but sometimes it does need a bit more adjusting to fit everything and for it to look nice. So that is just what I am doing here. So this next part is going to be a learn from my mistakes thing, because I do everything myself and everything like that, and I am by no means a pro at using Canva or anything like that. You will see that I picked an image that was too big, couldn't resize it nicely and still fit everybody in here. So I decided that I was going to just kind of merge some things and kind of make an entirely new image to put in there, which is what you see me trying and failing very much to do here. My idea was that I'll have the main season's greetings image in the middle, and then I would put the members' images around it, but I'll just let you guys see how this went. Okay, so here you can see I've gotten all of the members' actual photos from the season's greetings, which I thought would be super cute. And I probably could have just found these images in a Google search, but I thought it would just be faster to just screenshot them and resize them from the template since they were all right there. It probably was not, but hindsight, guys. So first of all, my spacing was super bad, very, very very bad because I was worried about like making the images the same size, that I wasn't as worried about the spacing on these ones as I should have been. But yes. I would say when I got to like the bottom, the maknae members, I did get the spacing better. It's still not great. I did get the spacing better, but as you guys are about to find out, this entire this entire thing was pointless because when I put it into my template, you can probably already guess, all of the member pictures got cut out because they did not fit the size. Always measure before you put 3 hours of work into making a template, guys. This is what I'm here to teach you. Measure things, make sure it's the correct size, and then make it based on that size. Don't just make things and hope that they're gonna fit, because they're not, guys. And I don't want you to be disappointed like I was. So here, this is me making the canvas to this size and me realizing that this really just isn't going to work the way that I want it all. I tried to do a couple things to save it, but as you can see, it just looks really grainy and kind of terrible. So I just ended up scrapping this whole thing and trying something different. And it was honestly just as simple as this. So after spending an hour or so trying to make a cute season's greetings, I went with this simple design instead and just moved on. So for these Make Star PCs, you see I edited one here and it looked okay, but I noticed that it was like a bit grainy. So that's why you see me going over to the actual Make Star website and taking a screenshot like directly from the website. But it ended up being the same quality anyway, so that was kind of pointless, but at least now I know. For these Sub K collab cards, I thought it would be cute to have like the 80s hourglass in the background and then have the Sub K slash 80s collab label over it. But because there was such like a stark difference in quality, I had trouble finding an image that looked nice when put behind it. Because as you can see, when I get close up, like the Sub K one is like a very high resolution, so it looks really, really nice. And the other images that I have when put to that same proportion look really grainy. So I had a bit of trouble trying to find something. The image I ultimately ended up going with, it still is a bit grainy, but it wasn't nearly as bad as the other ones. Plus, I really liked that it had the blue and the green. This hourglass had both sides for Deja Vu and Eternal Sunshine, and I really liked the look of that because the image that was from Sub K was also blue and green, so I thought it kind of just disguised the flaws of the two different resolution qualities nicely. So these next fillers that I am searching for an image to make are actually for my friend. She is a huge mon bebe, and she saw that somebody made photo cards from one of the contents that Monsta X did where they had to cross dress, and like it's a really, really interesting and funny, I forgot what show it is, but I definitely recommend you watch it. So I told her that I would recreate those photo cards as best as I could for her. So I'm throwing them on my template so that way they'll get printed out and I can corner them and make her some photo cards. These still make me laugh. And then, of course, also from the same show, which I'm pretty sure is like in the little thing. I think it's Monster X-Ray. I had to put the iconic orange juice show new. I just thought all three really went well together, so I had an extra space. I was like, okay, let's put Monster X show new with the orange juice. I needed a 3-card spread image for the second 18 kit. And so I really wanted to use this one from Yes 24, which had the like dark browns and everything in it. But unfortunately, they had already switched it over to the third 18 kit, which I have ordered, by the way. But I really needed it to be for the second 18 kit since that's where it's going in my binder. So I ended up using this one, but it worked out better because the cards themselves are this color scheme. So it'll actually look better with everything, even though that wasn't my original intention. What I am designing here is stuff for Hongjun-san and Jung-Oh, who are my top 3 in ATEEZ, if you don't know. Every year I make them a little nameplate thing that has the year and then their name. And then any merch that I buy that is just of those 3, I'll put in the same row as the year and then their name. And I think it looks really nice, and it kind of ties them all together and makes a very cohesive page. And here I am kind of doing the same thing. I also have merch for them that looks nice when they're all collaged together. So for this collage, the last collage I did them with pink hair, and so this time I wanted to do them with black hair as like the main or the biggest picture. So I do search for some pictures, but of course I can't resist pink hair Hongjoon. So I put him in there, but I'm looking for Hongjoon with black hair and of course fangirling, and here you'll see me save some pictures that I just think are really cute and that I just want to have and are not of black hair Hongjoon, which I am originally looking for. And then this is me realizing I'm just fangirling, so I'm like, okay, let me go do Jongho and circle back to Hongjoon. So here I'm finding cute pictures of Baby Bear to put in his template. I'm not really sure what vibes I'm going for, so I'm just kind of saving whatever catches my eye. And I will, of course, do the same thing for Sunny, and then we will start collage making. So here is where I start putting together the collage. So I wanted like a really just adorable picture of them at the top. And so Hongjoon is always called Strawberry June because he has red hair, or Blueberry June when he has blue hair. He's always some kind of fruit. So I really love his red hair the most, so I put that up there. And then I put a performance picture, them in their performance outfits, in the left hexagon, and then at the bottom in the biggest section I wanted to put a picture of them with black hair. So this is another time, kids, where you do as I say and not as I do. So I of course made all 3 of these collages and spent an immense amount of time perfecting them how I wanted them. San, who always takes his pictures at a weird angle, so I had to try to like make that work. He's such a difficult child. But yes, I made all 3 of these, and then you'll see what happens, but I'm sure you can guess. So sure enough, when I put my beautiful collages in my template, once again, Shy made a thing and did not measure. So back to the drawing board, we had to start from scratch. So here I'm playing with the aspect ratios, seeing what I can do to try to fix this, and everything is kind of looking distorted. So what I end up doing is just changing it to A4 size, which worked perfectly when I sized it down. So I was super grateful that I didn't have to like start from scratch again. So I did have to go back and redo all of the templates because I didn't actually save them because I'm kind of lazy. And so I had to go back and edit all 3 to be an A4 size. So this is after I had them all edited, and then this is me realizing that Jongho is not close up like everybody else's. His bottom picture was like, it had more of like his torso showing than everybody else, and it needed to be more of his face. So once again, I had to go back and redo his template for the third time, so that way I could make it look consistent between all three members. So this epilogue template was honestly the hardest one for me to make. I always make filler templates for anything that I collect OT8 of. So as you saw, I really liked that image, but I wanted to take them out of it because I like more plain fillers, but I could not really entirely get them out. So I was like, maybe I can just work with this. And so I tried just like cutting it off and using just the top part, but it looked terrible. So I was like, no, scrap that. We're not doing that. We're gonna have to figure something else out. So I tried just using the whole template, and I was like, I'll just have to deal with them with my template being like a little bit busier than I want it to be. And so I'm trying to resize it so that way, you know, everybody's in there, and I think I have it. And then when I go to copy and paste it, I realize it is way too big and it's not gonna fit. So, completely frustrated, I decided to literally make this thing from scratch. So I took the pieces of the background, I mended all of the seams, and then I went in and found a picture that I wanted to overlay over the top of it. And I went ahead and put that over it. And this is where I say, this is not for people who have no patience, which is kind of me, but like also I do a lot for ATs. So here I need to remove the background, so I have to go in and do it by hand because the background remover in this software is not very good. It hardly ever works for me the way that I want it to. So I am painstakingly going in here by hand and erasing all of the background to this image one pixel at a time. And then after I have that done, I decided to add the AT0 Fever Epilogue label that I had found earlier. So I put that on there, and luckily the background eraser did work for this image. So I just went in and I just touched it up a little bit just to make it more crisp and clear and everything like that. And then this is what it ended up looking like. So after I had fiddled with that and got this into my template, made sure that it fit, because that would have been a problem, I went through and I decided to do some more editing just to personalize these fillers a little bit more and put all of the names of the stores for OT8 sets that I have bought thus far into it. We're not going to talk about how many OT8 sets that I bought versus how many I said I was going to buy. We're ignoring that, and we're ignoring that. So here you can see that this font that I'm using has a giant gap in between if you put a space, and that was not at all what I had wanted. So if you run across that, just put what you want to be at the top of your text in one box and then just create a new box. That way you can place it freely how you want and you won't have this giant gap and you don't have to like change your font or anything like that. So I'm going through, and anything that's too long for this box or that looks awkward, I'm just resizing it that way to make everything fit. And that was it. That was all of the templates I created this time. Until the next time I sprain my ankle and make new content, bye!